Each animal has its own diet, as this species specializes in eating only a few other species. As the frogs are similar food for snakes, so they are always the target of this dangerous animal. And in today's video, let us see the scene of the snakes attacking their prey. As the snake attacks a frog. Snakes are long, limbless, carnivorous reptiles, as the snakes live and are found on every continent except Antarctica, even on the small islands. As snakes are of two types, non-venomous species and the venomous species, as the venomous species mainly use their poison to kill or subdue their prey, rather than to defend themselves, as some species have venom more powerful enough to cause injury or even death to humans. With non-venomous snakes, it is true that they are at a disadvantage in hunting, but not without a way, as these species often swallow their prey alive or stun the opponent by squeezing it tight. As sometimes it is also has some problems, that it is that some prey is so difficult that it has to be difficult for the snake to swallow. As this frog is still immature, as this is the obstacle that makes it easy for the snake to catch. As wanting to escape from death, the frog had struggled hard, as it tried to move forward to the riverbank. But the snake didn't want to lose its meal either, as it bit the frog very hard, and every time the frog moved forward, the snake had dragged the frog back to where it was. As the frog clings to the roadside obstacles to prevent itself from being swallowed by the snake. No matter how hard he tried, the frog eventually lost its strength, as its entire lower body was drenched in blood. As just waiting for it to be possible, the snakes leisurely swallow their prey whole. As all snakes are carnivorous, as they prey on smaller animals, including lizards, frogs, and other snakes, and smaller mammals like birds, eggs, fish, snails, worms, and insects. As the snakes cannot bite or tear their food to pieces, so they must swallow their prey whole. As the eating habits of a snake are largely influenced by the body size, as smaller snakes eat smaller prey. For example, the young python may start eating lizards or mice, and then move on to smaller deer or antelopes as adults. And after eating, snakes go into hibernation to digest their food. As frogs are short-bodied, tailless carnivorous amphibians, as frogs are widely distributed from the tropical to subtropical regions. But the greatest concentration of diversity is in the tropical rainforest, as frogs make up about 88% of all extant amphibians, as they are also one of the 5 most diverse orders of vertebrates, as some species of toads have a frog-like appearance, but until now, the distinction between frogs and toads has remained unclear, in that the two species can sometimes cause confusion. As snakes like to attack their prey by surprise, and due to the nature of this species being invertebrates, they move mainly by slithering on the ground, as it is easy for the snakes to approach their prey without making a sound, except for rattlesnakes of course. As once caught, the snake will bite very hard, as it is very difficult for the prey to escape from the snake's mouth. As snakes can enlarge their bodies to swallow their prey, so digesting an animal slightly larger than a snake shouldn't be a problem for it. On contrary to what we imagine in books or in movies, the process of swallowing is usually quite slow, as this snake successfully caught a frog, as it slowly swallowed the frog inside, but this process can be seen as a less painful because the frog looks quite calm and it does not cry, as the snake slowly swallowed each part of the frog's body until all of the frog's body is in the snake's throat. As frogs have a rather respectable leg muscle, which makes it a bit difficult for the snakes, as the frogs often jump, walk or run when moving, as they are the best jumpers of all vertebrates, as the muscles of a frog have passive flexibility, and the frog must be able to move quickly in their environment to catch their prey and escape from predators, and a lot of adaptations that help them to do that. So most frogs are quite good at jumping. As some snakes can even breathe underwater, and in this case, their food will be the swamp frog. As the snakes are swimming in the water, they are sometimes even scarier than the snakes on land, because under the force of the water, they move even faster and can hide better on land. As the snake merges into the water to reach its target, as it seems that even though it can breathe underwater, it will be inconvenient to digest its food, so it drags its prey back to land. And at this point, the frog can do anything, even if it struggles. As after swallowing the frog into the stomach, and because it still has some strength, the snake swims back into the water to find a new prey. As a snake tracks their prey by using its sense of smell, that collects the airborne particles with its forked tongue, and then brings them into its mouth for inspection. As the snake's tongue is constantly in motion, sampling the particles from the air, ground and water, analyzing the chemicals found, and determining the presence of their prey or predators in its surroundings. In aquatic snakes, their tongue are also very effective, as the snake's underside is very sensitive to vibrations, allowing it to detect the approaching animals by sensing the faint vibration in the ground. As when successfully catching a prey, the snakes usually eat very slowly, because their prey is usually quite weak, and because the bite force of the snake will often be very strong. As snakes use the thrust from their muscles to propel themselves forward while swallowing their prey. Meanwhile, its abdominal cavity will slowly expand, as it is not clear whether the mentally prepared or given up his life. But this frog still looks very calm as the snake is slowly swallowing itself. As the frog have no way to escape death, but nature is always fierce and full of difficulties, as it is scary when you have no power to become the main food of other species, as the laws of nature do not allow the weak to enjoy their life leisurely without warning of any danger. As today's video comes to an end, so thank you all so much for watching this video, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and follow us to see more interesting videos about the animal world. Goodbye, and see you.